Heads up, everybody, it's dumpster time. It's The Walking Dead, Season 6, Episode 7. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment, and we are here back again with another video, my brothers, and guess what? It is almost time for No Way Out. We're getting there. The Horde is outside the wall. So let's see what's going to happen to them all. Boom, boom. Do you like the rhymes? I think the rhymes are sick. But let's kick off with this episode, of course. The Walking Dead Season 6. It's not really did the best jobs. I mean, the description for this episode is things in Alexandria are quiet briefly. Things have been quiet all season. There's not been much happening, to be perfectly honest. And, I don't think things are going to drastically pick up here either. But we begin the episode. We get the dumpster. Glenn is alive. So, yeah, guys, if you thought Glenn died at this point, I remember watching it originally back in episode 3, thank you, and I thought Glenn might have died, and a lot of people did think he died as well. But it's almost like one of those situations, which I think I touched upon in like an earlier review, like the fact that Glenn actually survives the dumpster, in my opinion, I think he should have almost survived the show. Or because I don't know what it is, but Abraham's just not a big enough death, in my personal opinion, for Negan to introduce. And I think they had to kill Glenn. I mean, there was more people around the table. I mean, if you're going to kill Carl, but then Negan kept bashing Carl's head in, would have been unlikely. But we see Glenn, how he managed to squirm underneath the dumpster. Completely unrealistic, this, right? He's got walkers trying to get him, and he's like stabbing them. Right, but I just find it ridiculous how he's able to do that, because I mean it's such a confined space, and how did he not get bit? I can half accept him surviving, but not getting bit is ridiculous. But as the hours and a few days pass, I mean I think Glenn was under the dumpster for 2 days max, right? He almost ran out of water. He does run out of water, and he finally drinks it. He gets out from under the dumpster. The walkers have cleared, and then who appears from nowhere? It is a wild Edith. Edith appears. Enid, sorry, not Edith. Enid appears, throws him a bottle of water, right? And I would be lying, folks, if I said, right? I would be lying if I said that the next like 10 minutes of this episode fucking sucks, alright? Because you've literally just got Glenn chasing Enid around like the location they're in, wherever, like 10 miles from Alexandria. I just don't really understand this. Like, yeah, he wants to make sure Enid's safe, but like, why would he waste any fucking... He needs to get back. He knows Alexandria's under attack, and here he is, pretending that everything's hunky-dory. Do not understand Glenn sometimes, man. Even like in the next episode, he's like outside the gates while it's under attack, and he's kind of just sitting there, not really doing anything. And it's like, really? Is that Glenn? How about your wife? How about your unborn child? Which I don't think he knows about yet, but you understand. You understand where I'm coming from, everybody. But Glenn does his own thing. Glenn does what he wants. Glenn does what he wants. But then, folks, alright, everybody, reel it in. We have Alexandra. Rick then says to Morgan, if we can speak later. Rick then walks around the wall, and he notices a crack in the wall with blood trickling through from the other side. So this was like foreshadowing that the wall was going to collapse, right? Will the wall collapse? Haha, it might. But it's like, what's fucking significance does the blood do? Oh, it's the walkers getting crushed up against you. Like they're pushing that much weight. It's showing you. They emphasised on this about 10 times this episode, man. I thought it was getting a wee bit ridiculous, but I must say so myself. But anyway, Big Stevie does what he wants, and Big Stevie will do what he wants. Alright, we then have Ron wanting to learn how to shoot. He's like, I want to go out there and protect myself, Rick. You owe me that right. Carl and Rick are then teaching the guy how to shoot. I mean, people see similarities between this and like Shane teaching Carl how to shoot. Not really. I mean, I can kind of half see it, but I can't really. Glenn's then walking. He discovers David, the Alexandrian who died at the fence, but he finds the farewell note that David wrote to his wife. Michonne did say that he wouldn't need this note because he would make it. Turns out he didn't. So, yeah, at the last minute, he's got a change of heart. And then he runs after Enid. He's like, I don't want Enid to end up being a farewell note. She needs to get back. She needs to get back. Gabriel, sorry, is then running around. He's just putting posters up on like bits of wood, and Rick just runs over and rips it down. Rick's like, no, no, Gabriel, we're not doing this time. It's not time for God anymore. Damn it. It is not time for God anymore. Rick says, do you really think you can do that without getting blood on your hands about all the bad people? You know, all life is precious. That's what he told Daryl back in the season 5 finale. Morgan admits, I don't know. We then hear Rick and Michonne come up with a strategy to lure walkers away from Alexandria. Now, this is what I just do not get here. Alright, so Rick and Tobin, they're building the wall here. Tobin joins them. Spencer then decides the great idea to sit one across the wall, right? To get a car to drive off and distract them. And it makes you realise, why not? Why wouldn't that work? Why has no one thought of that? Why are they all just sitting inside the walls? Like, why would someone not try and, like, distract the walkers and get a car and ride off? Plot armor, it's just to get this herd of walkers at the gates, right, of Alexandria to force no way out. That's exactly what it is. We called on it ages ago, right? People need to wake up and realise, like, that is just what the fuck's going on here. It's so forced, and if you can't see it, then I don't know. It's piss poor writing is what it is. But yeah, why not attempt this? Who really knows? We also have my worst scene of the episode, right? Rosita is dishing out machete lessons to groups of Alexandrians. We've got Eugene attending. We've got bloody other people there. Eugene's like, I'm scared of dying. Rosita's like, dying is easy. What's hard is letting your friends die. And then Eugene's just fucking crying, pissing it. I actually fucking hate this bastard. I actually fucking despise him. I do. Oh man, I do. We do cut back to Spencer. He manages to get saved. Tara did protect them. Rick then kind of goes ballistic at Tara, like, what are you doing? Risking your life for these people. And she gives Rick the middle finger. Wee bit uncalled for, but here, middle finger has been dished out nonetheless. So yeah, Ron then steals bullets from the armory, distracts Olivia. What's he going to do with these? Glenn and Enid find some green balloons. Of course, I was orphaned by walkers. We don't have to talk, Enid says, so let's just get back to Alexandria. Let's just speak in pure and utter silence. Morgan then runs to the infirmary and he asks Denise for antibiotics. Carol then watches them. He's like, what's going on there? So she follows Morgan and Denise. Obviously, the antibiotics are for the Wounded Wolves member. Sam then says, you kill people, do you turn into one of the monsters? So yeah, I hate Carol. I hate this bitch. Alright? I hate this bitch. She confronts Morgan. He's like, I can't tell you who's down there, damn it. So yeah, the episode, let's just get to the ending. Alright. So essentially Diana says, well, you know what? You know, why did you decide to save Spencer? And Rick says, because he's your son. And Diana replies, wrong answer. So, does she want him dead? Obviously, you know, there's been a lot of blame landed on Diana's front door, so to speak, with Spencer recently. So, is what it is. Maggie stands watch. She sees the balloons, but as the balloons and the hope is restored, she says to Rick, it has to be Glenn. The watchtower finally topples over. The blood, the cracks, is no more. Hits the perimeter wall, collapses. Boom, we fade to black. So, I mean, it's a pretty decent cliffhanger to get people to tune into the mid-season finale, right? But as for the actual overall, I thought the episode sucked. The Glenn needed. I mean, you know, you've got the relief that some people would feel that Glenn is still alive, and I feel like it just came crashing down to earth, tag teaming him with fucking Enid, man. Anyway, that is where we're going to leave it for this episode, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. It's called Heads Up. I mean, I guess that's in reference to Heads Up, the perimeter tower's fallen. I am going to give this episode a 4 out of 10. Thought it was very bog standard for The Walking Dead. Anyway, guys, till next time. Peace.